Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check check. Hello, everyone. My name is Dio Morales, host of the Go Squadron podcast, and today we are bringing you the wild card round for the Seattle System Open. Both these players were 5-1 yesterday. They are the 9th seed and the 8th seed, and they're playing today to figure out who's going to get into the top 8. Today I am joined, or for this round, because he's not playing right now, I am joined by Blair Bunky.
What's up, y'all?
Blair, you want to go over David Lasserre's list on the left while I get it ready for the overlay?
He's got Dash Miranda, fairly standard. Dash has got the Lone Wolf, HLC, Ray, Outrider, and then Miranda's a little different. He's got Harpoon, Extra Munition, Bomblet, 3PO, Kill T, and Guidance Chip. And then David is running a slight variant of Triple Wookiees. They all have Predator. Lauric has 3PO, and I think Tactician. And then one of them has Ray, and the other one has Chopper, and they both have Tactician as well.
Yep. Almost ready for the overlay, everyone.
And for everyone watching the game, the one on the bottom with the marker, that is the one without Ray. That's the one with Chopper.
Yep. So we're gonna mark that here, and that is. Should be up here in a moment. There it is, and we'll go ahead and. So This is...
Bottom one has Chopper.
Go ahead and... This is Chopper right here?
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting those Wookiees marked. Chopper. And before we go too far, I do want to say a big thank you to our sponsor for this weekend, Curled Paw Creatives. If you haven't seen all the awesome stuff they're doing, go ahead, visit their Etsy shop. They got 2.0 templates. Reaching for the target lock there. It's going to be just out. And we'll be showing a preview of the 2.0 tokens that he's working on, and they are pretty awesome. So thank you to Curl Paw Creatives. Of course, thank you to our patrons and our Twitch Prime subscribers. You guys are the reasons we can even do all of this. So thank you so much. And Blair, thanks for joining me this round.
Thanks for having me.
Our markers are set up, I think. 1, 2, oh, I'm missing number 3. Come back, number 3. There it is. All right. So before, they're both David, so we're going to say their last name. When I was talking to David Tam here on the right with the triple Wookiees, he was telling me that he decided to go with this Predator version because he liked his odds offensively better with Predator and Focus rather than just having Tactician, which overall I do agree is going to be an interesting choice with that Wookiee Liberator number 1, because that one, if he's going to want to be offensive with it, he's going to have to focus, which means he has no reinforce.
Right. So he's committing to dash. I think I would have gone a little slower if I was David. Came out really fast. I would have slow rolled, built up some more focuses with Ray. But I guess
Dash has the same issue, right?
David's got Ray too, so.
I want to go fast. That is. No, I want to go slow. I don't know what I want. And there's that argument, I would guess, that since Dash has more dice available to him offensively, the Ray, I guess, does a little bit more for him than it does for.
Yeah, it totally does.
That's for David. Does for
and
David Tam.
It's a lot better defensively as well,
especially with that lone wolf.
Yep.
So I mean, with the multiple tacticians on board, if he can get Dash multi-stressed, that's another reason to try to get rid of that. Try to minimize Ray, because then eventually Dash will have no actions. All right, so here comes Dash. David staying to the edge of the board. We saw a similar play from him in his yesterday's game on stream, where he stayed to the edge of the board just trying to skirt things. And it looks like he has just range 3 on Lorik. Start of combat. He's going to drop. That's focus action. Miranda also trying to skirt, make sure she can only get shot by 1 ship or be just out of range. Start of combat, dropping focus from Ray. Miranda activates first. She can't reach Lorik. We're going to go number 2. There's 2 hits and a focus. Spending the focus. Evade plus reinforce.
No reinforce. Reinforce front.
Oh, no. Sorry, you're right. So that's shield. That's Wookiee number 2, right?
Wookiee number 2, yep.
Takes another one. Nope, not that time.
Well, he's got to spend Lasserre to dodge it, because David Lasserre got 2 hits.
Doesn't look like he does.
Took one more.
Dash looks to be just out. So he's going to have to commit to number 3, which is Lorik. Lorik does have C-3PO available. And we're going to spend that for 4. Reinforce. Takes 2. I mean, these 4 dice attacks are really good against Lorik. You know, it's, you know, when you have like only 3 and 2 hits is when things just, that game of attrition just kind of happens. 4 dice definitely able to eat in through. Here's Lorik. Predator. Hit, crit into dash. It is obstructed. Gets 3. And they determined that that was out, so no shot there, and that focus is going to go back onto Ray. So what do you think David Lasserre is going to be trying to do here?
Well, obviously Miranda's just going to hard to. I mean, going to be really tempting to pump that hard. I'd pump it up to 5, I think, if it was me. You know, you got to be happy. You get 4 shields for nothing back, but Dash is really in a tough spot here. I'm not really sure what you do with Dash. You maybe just 3 hard and accept that you're going to get shot up, but hope that you can get out next turn. I think that's probably what I do, because you're probably not gonna, you know, you're not gonna die this first turn here. And if you can get behind those Wookiees, you'll be okay. You'll have some stress, but you can get behind them and bail out, and then let Miranda carry you for a little bit. But definitely gonna see a hard 2 from Miranda. Wookiees.
Probably just a one bank to the right.
Maul, yeah. This is where you miss having countermeasures, though.
Oh, countermeasures are great. Just being able to have that extra dice makes a huge addition.
If I was David, I think I would have dropped the extra missions on Miranda for countermeasures and just go to 100.
All right, so David just considering his options here.
Another thing, too.
And I think number 1 forgot to shoot at Miranda.
Oh, you know what? He totally did.
Yep.
Yep.
It is early. It's the first game of the day. But this is an important game.
Yeah. One thing that Lasserre has done nice is he's got his 2 guys split up. That's really ideally what you want to do against Wookiees. It's like we saw last round. Miranda's not having to shoot through all that reinforced. Look at this, going for the 3 hard.
Okay, so getting aggressive, trying to get some
real aggressive
range 1 shots.
I wonder if David, if you do a hard 1 here, maybe a barrel roll right back, and you've kind of got a little bit of a window to maybe bail out. Still going to get some stress, but you force those Wookiees a hard left into the corner, which is really not what they want to do.
That's definitely a little more aggressive than I thought David was going to go.
Yeah.
We'll see if he changes, whether they're going to stay symmetrical or not. That's going to be the question. So marks, staying symmetrical. 3 hearts for both. Waiting for Lasserre to be placed back here. All right, there's focus as an action. And he's 3-harding a wall as well. So he's creating a wall here. If David Lasserre did call this, he might be able to get out with that barrel roll like you talk about, but we do have an asteroid in that top right corner, so he might be able to avoid a couple shots, but I don't know if he's going to be able to shoot if he ends up landing on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you hard one barrel right, he definitely dodged that number 1. I don't think he dodged the other 2, though.
Number 3.
Number 3, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
But let's see. Oh, he did do the hard 1. And you can see here with the way you declare Dash's ability, David can check to see if he's on the rock, and if he's on.
I don't think he's on. Okay, he has enough room. So dodges 1 shot. And if we see Miranda hard right 2 here, what he's probably going to focus down Wookiee number 2.
Got to go for 2. Hard 2, target lock. Might even be able to get him here. He's only got 7 health. He's not going to have reinforce. 5 dice shot with full mods. Of course, Dash can't really proc the harpoon because he's doing HLC. Oh, he's not in range.
Oh, just out.
Or maybe he is. Oh, they're gonna. It's really close. No,
nope.
That's out. Oh man.
You think? I know it's a little risky, but do you slam to gain a little ground here to make sure you can shoot next turn?
I think you're gonna have a shot next turn no matter what. So I think you just. And this is where you miss having long-range scanners, really, because you could take a free lock.
Mm-hmm.
That is brutal. That's where Miranda misses that hard 3.
So just focus for posterity. Dropping the focus from Ray. Now, David can choose to switch targets here. He's already pumped some damage into Lorik. I don't know. We'll see who the target is. And I promise you, Dash is there. He's just on about 7 pegs. Do you know the reason why David?
He told me. I don't remember. That's really close.
I think that's close enough for a judge call.
Yep, they're gonna get Brent.
All right, here comes the judge man himself, Brent Wong, X-Wing judge extraordinaire. How many hands does it take? All right, it's starting to look very close to in.
Man, this is like huge if he's.
It was in.
Oh.
All right. So 4 dice, HLC. We're not sure of the target here. So
I think he shot number 2.
Number 2. So he's going to be taking 1. And that range 2 shot. From number 3.
I don't know why they're checking. Did they already say it's in?
I thought so. Not sure. Excuse me. So being determined, I think that it's in. So here's Lorik. Hit, crit, no focus. Takes a shield, spends a focus. No damage on Dash. And now Dash is going to be double stressed. Triple crits.
Good night. Oh, man. Oh, for Lone Wolf. Oh, forgot it.
Yep. Lasserre is a little bit off. I think he got surprised by the speed of those Wookiees. Predator and Focus. 3 of 8.
Take that.
Oh, no shot from Miranda. Miranda will pump up that harpoon next turn for sure. Has to try to get one of these Wookiees off the board.
Now it's a tough call. Wait, if I'm Dash, I think I just 4 forward.
Okay.
Like, what do you think the Wookiees are doing?
I mean,
if they hard right 2, that's fine. I'm behind them. If they all hard 2 left, that's fine. I'm behind them.
yeah, I think that's the move. You try to go fast here. Get past them. It works both ways. You might not have a shot.
Might not have a shot.
But you're not getting shot.
But you're not getting shot, and you got out of dodge. And now you got clear space in front of you, which is always what Dash wants.
So David thinking, double checking. I mean, this is a big move for sure. The other thing that David could do is, if he doesn't want to be symmetrical, is there a way for him to block the 4 forward?
Like block, I don't know if he can block and still get a shot. Is the thing. And it's all. I think it's tempting to. I don't know because I never flied him. I think it's tempting to split those Wookiees up.
Right.
I don't think it's really ever the optimal play. Especially when that number 2 has already taken 3 shields. You really want to keep him on Lauric's leash to try to let him hang in there. Oh, wow. Okay. I think that's a mistake. He's not going to get the reinforce. Miranda's going to shoot that 5 dice harpoon right into his back.
Right in number 2, yep. Well, we'll see if Lasserre here calls it.
If he blocks Dash and gets a shot with... I think that one on the bottom right is the one with Chopper, Dion.
Yeah, number 1.
Number 1, yep. Okay, I think he's playing him for the 4 forward. And if he blocks him, he will get shots. But 2 is going to get nuked himself as well. So very, very risky.
All right, so debating on an action here. We've got the reinforce. That's Lauric. Be able to give some protection to number 2.
Oh, David called it. He's going to get out.
3 bank. That should just fit.
Yep.
He's out from all 3 shots. Look at that. Hell of a move there by David Lasserre. Getting out of dodge.
Getting out of dodge, and I think he's going to still have a shot at Lauric. Totally unmodded, but still.
And here comes probably the harpoon into number 2. There we go. You see a little tap, tap, tap.
You know.
I'm going. It's coming. All right, start of combat. Drop that Ray focus. So it has at least some type of modifier there for David Tam on Wookiee number 2.
He just dropped the shield off Miranda.
All right. 5 dice.
And a crit.
Yep. There's no need. Oh, he didn't have to spend the target lock. He
Oh,
forgot about guidance
I
chips.
forgot about guidance chip.
Oh.
So that's hit crit. I think, yep.
Yep, hit crit. All right. He's debating whether to spend Lorik's reinforce. Is that?
No, he spent it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, he is thinking about it. I guess he's worried about the dash shot.
All right, hit, crit. We'll see what the crit is here in a moment. Hit. Blair, can you go find out what that is? Lone Wolf is off. All right. And 2 hits plus reinforce, no damage.
The crit on number 2 is a damage sensor ray.
Okay, that's a big deal. No more reinforce.
Big deal.
Yep. So extra munitions, I'm going to go ahead and mark that off since the first missile was shot. Man, David Lasserre missing that guidance chips.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal if that Wookiee ends up living with 1.
Big deal.
And these guys played a lot of games yesterday, so both of these guys have made 1 mistake this game.
Well, David's made 2, actually. He forgot Lone Wolf.
Oh, that's right.
And then he forgot guidance chip. Got to know your list. It's a lot of pressure. He's a young kid. He wants to go to Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta remember, you gotta know your list. I think David set up a nice. David Tam set up a nice little block there. But again, this is the risk of doing it. It's like now you're in a terrible spot.
Yeah, he's in a tough position right now. He has to turn everything to the left. Like there's nothing. I mean, number 2 could turn to the right.
He could turn to the right, but then again,
you're leaving that one out hanging out to dry.
You're leaving him out to dry. I hate to say I told you so, but if he goes right, he's off Lowrick's leash. So now you basically have to commit to the fact that he's not going to have any kind of a shot.
All right, so we got the.
Oh, he just focused. Yep, that's the chopper one. So he's going for offense. That's probably the right call. You know he's not getting shot.
All right, so he's going in all in on dash. He's gonna try to get a shot. He knows that dash is still stressed. Oh crap! Plug that in, Blair, quickly.
So 2 totally just took a reinforce. Oh, I think someone just. I don't know what he just pulled it off. So maybe he realized he couldn't. And
2 turn.
That's a 3 hard.
Oh, sorry. 3 turn. Oh, these numbers got mixed up. This is number 1, right? No, this is number 2. 1, 2.
I think Lasserre's the one on the top, actually.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, he banked Miranda in. He must have thought 2 was going to go left as well.
He might still have arc. He's got to look down the line there.
I don't think he does.
Well, he still has TLTs, though. TLTs
I think
are
I
still
just
very
TLT
good.
him. Because you got Dash's shot as well. Number 2 is down to 3, isn't he? Dan, he took hit, crit last.
I only see 2 cards there. Hit, crit. I think it's either 2 or 3. Or, sorry, either 3 or 4 hole. Checking the arc.
Looks like he's out.
All right.
Going for TLT on 2.
That's going to hit.
1. And that's a crit, which triggers the harpoon.
I don't think they caught it.
I don't think they caught that either.
And there's a second TLT. There's another crit in there. So that Wookiee should be down to 1 hole. Might actually, did he draw a direct hit there? So.
So that'll do it. And everyone else is outside of range 1 of that Wookiee.
Yep.
So no splash from the harpoon.
So Wookiee number 2 is taken off the board. We'll go ahead and get rid of that marker. All right, so this is probably at Miranda. Just 1.
As it
Misses.
dash.
Oh, that's a dash. All right, takes a shield. Three hits coming in.
So he must have guessed 1 with 3PO, so it took 1 shield.
So Miranda's on a 2 shields.
Yep.
And I think that, you know, the narrative of this game is, you know, David tried really hard for that block, and if it had worked, I think he wins the game. But because it didn't, most likely that will cost him the game. Because number 2 became out of position, left him out to dry. Yep. He's out, and now Dash, even though he's double stressed, he's still got 4 dice, and Miranda by herself can still do what she needs to do. She stays at range 3, and you know, that'll give Dash a couple turns to de-stress. It should be fine after that.
Both these ships are just nightmare endgame to deal with. As good as Wookiees are, just especially in this matchup. I mean, Dash could hypothetically solo these if he gets de-stressed and gets his Poker 2 stocked up.
Yep.
And you can't really see it, but there's a rock right behind Dash.
Right behind the
so
Dash model.
Tam is really in a bad spot here. Like, I think Lasserre can probably 3 left bank and have decent. The 2 hard on the 1, I think, is going to put him on the rock. So I'm not sure what you do there.
Yeah, we haven't quite equipped the cameras with the X-ray vision yet. We're working on it.
You can kind of see it poking out of the cockpit, the back of the cockpit right there. It's kind of between the right side of the engine and the back of the cockpit.
Oh, I see it.
I think it's the little mustache rock. Actually, it's not a big. It's not that one, but it's not. It's one of the smaller ones.
All right, so Liberator number 1 turning in towards Miranda, keeping that arc in a spot to hopefully stress some things. Goes over the rock, no damage, but no action.
One forward flower.
And as a reminder, every game that we're going to be on here is single elimination. David deciding his action here. Does he want to protect number 1, or does he want to try to get some offense out there? He's choosing to reinforce. That looks like a green maneuver. Yep, 1 forward. That'll de-stress 1.
Oh, what? Oh, David. Wow.
That is a very aggressive.
Shocking.
I think he's trying to set up the bombing run.
He's definitely setting up the bombing run, but man.
That's risky. He only has 2 shields.
Oh, and now he's going to slam. Well.
It's a risky play. It could pay off.
Man.
It could pay off. We'll see. Cannot shoot. But these Davids are going to, these Wookiees are going to chew on some Miranda here. Dash Lone Wolf active. 4 dice into a no reinforced Wookiee. Max it can be his 2. He has no focus out there.
Remember Lone Wolf.
Yep.
And then do it.
All right, no damage. So he's trading, decent position on dash for probably some significant damage onto Miranda.
So that's at least range 3, so no double stress.
Hit crit. Predator. Hit crit.
You got a 3PO here to not take the crit.
So we'll see what he did with C3PO. Did he forget? Did he remember? Hit crit. I don't think he did.
He might have called 1, or he might have just not.
It's a crit. Looks to be a weapons failure. Other Wookiee. Predator still alive. Just 1. It was a weapons failure.
So he rolled 2 on accident, but he called 0 on the 3PO anyway, so
okay, works out.
Dodge the attack. So
with that weapons failure on Miranda, that's a tough place to be in, because now that TLT shot on the regen only has 1 dice. It's just shrugged off by reinforce.
I think David got a little overconfident. He had a lead. I understand going up when you have 3PO instead of Sabine Miranda, your bomblet's not nearly as effective. So it's more of just a nice little added bonus instead of a linchpin of your list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was any reason to take that risk. And now Miranda's in real trouble. I mean, I guess she can still 3-bank and get out, which is probably what you'll. Oh, look at this! He's going fast. I think he's anticipating.
He's trying to catch Miranda.
Yeah.
It is a good time.
Yep.
I would pounce on Miranda here too. He senses weakness. That's Wookiee for Gitter, by the way.
Oh, I gotta move my stuff.
Yep. So Lorik coming in, 3 bank. So David Tam is trying to make a decision on his action here with Lorik. Okay, he's going to eat a bomblet with Lorik. I think you focus here. You stay offensive.
Yeah, the only concern is if Miranda's 3 forward, she gets out of your arc, and then one doesn't have the support, that defense.
That's not range 1. I don't think it's range 1 anyway.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. So 1 hard keeps the stress. Chat liking the aggressive plays here by David. 2 forward. Drops the bomblet. And she was stressed, so the 3-3 is not a thing.
Oh, you're right. Couldn't do the 3-3.
So, not sure what the... What?
I think they just called it that one was out. And so...
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure. It might be because he may have tried to... He put the template down, says after you reveal. So he started the execute maneuver step. This is a cut. I wouldn't blame David Tam either way if that was the case. Or they might have just agreed that it's there, but I would at least put the bomblet out if that's the case.
Nope.
All right, there's the bomblet. Takes 1, so I agree that it just hits. Now it's on Lorik. First shot. We got Predator. 1. I didn't understand the reinforce. I really would have focused. He would have gotten 3 hits there on that Miranda.
He would have.
Look, this would be a dead Miranda this turn.
She'd be dead.
Probably C-3PO 1. Takes 2.
Yep, took 2.
1, 2, 3.
I think she's down to 1.
Yep. Now she's down to 2. Down to 2 because it's C-3PO. Yep.
Yeah, just not the worthwhile trade. I mean, you set up the bomblet. Okay, what'd you get? You got 1 damage, and you go from 2 shields. But you lose 2 shields and 3 hull. So that's 5 health to 1. Not to mention Miranda's health is vastly more valuable than the Wookiees. I don't think she can get out of both their arcs. I think if one does 4 forwards again, she's going to get, even with the slam, I think she's going to get caught.
Rookie's coming in aggressively. Though David could have, I'm still hung up on the reason for the reinforce. Like, I know, I guess maybe if you got bomblet, if both bomblets hit plus the 2 TLTs, his Lorik still wouldn't have been dead.
Yeah.
So.
Probably was a mistake. It probably should have gone for offense.
I'm sure David realized it. He's like, man, I could have killed this thing. Because now, you know, if David thinks that Miranda's going to die now, you might just, you know, give her up, but you make sure you get a good shot before she goes.
Well, she's got the weapons failure, so she can't really give a good shot.
All right, David trying to make a decision here. Seeing what he could do to probably get out of range of Lorik.
I think it's 3 right bank 1 and 3 right bank Lasserre. I mean, a 2 hard left and then a 2 slam maybe gets out away from Lasserre. I don't think it gets away from 1.
When I post this one, I'm going to call it the Battle of the Davids. David on David action. We've said the word David a lot.
We have. We said we'd say the last names, but we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't been.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about. Sorry, everybody at home. We'll just talk about the ships. Miranda's got to get out of there.
Come on, Miranda, figure it out.
David meta. Dash most likely has his opportunity to de-stress this turn with a 1 bank.
Yeah, 1 right bank and barrel roll and get yourself back into it. I think he's out of focuses, but you can at least. Still got Lone Wolf, still got 4 dice.
Yeah, Dash still stressed from early in the game, getting double tactician stress on that top right corner. But I like that David Lasserre, you know, he wasn't desperate to get that stress off, and he's gotten Dash in a better position now. He'll de-stress this turn, have some actions, be able to get a quality shot. Waiting for David Tam to make a decision on his dials. He's flip-flopping.
This is a crucial moment, really.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets Miranda here, he's definitely in the driver's seat. If she lives 1 more turn, it's probably
that'll be it.
Don't know if that's it, but it'll definitely be a lot harder to close it out. It's so hard to get Miranda and then get back on dash. He's going to 4 forward. That's a little risky because if Miranda too hard right, obviously she's gone.
Maybe David Tam is has decided to go after dash here, try to finish him off.
I mean, if dash one banks right barrel roll back, I don't think he'd have a shot on dash either.
Yeah, it's very true. Three bank. So he kind of split the difference here, right? He's anticipating at Miranda going left or right. I'll get a shot either way. Neither of my Wookiees will die, hopefully. Lorik's more hurt, so Dash can Dash get to him? One bank barrel to the right.
I don't think he can get to.
It's a little too far away, right?
I think I'd focus here if I was Dash.
There's the focus token. And Miranda reveals too hard.
I forgot the bomblet. God.
It's a high-stress game, right? It's a high-stress game.
It's a high-stress game.
And this list has tons of triggers.
It has a lot of triggers. That's the risk you take of running a list with so many upgrades. There's so many things you have to remember. Don't got to worry about that with a bunch of Z95s. You just focus. You one forward focus to victory. That's how you do it.
All right.
Okay, so he's going to regen the shield, and he's just going to...
One die. I mean, he has a chance. There's no reinforce.
There's no reinforce.
Got it, unless he spends it. He sees he has a shot. He's going to take it. Second shot. Misses. Saving that for defense. HLC here into Wookiee number 1. Here comes Lone Wolf. 4 hits. And that's going to miss. All 4 get into there. Shields are down. And 2 damage cards. Lorik has a shot at range 3.
And he reinforced again, but he got lucky and got
the Predator.
3. That's probably going to be it for Miranda. That'll do it right there unless he...
C-3PO focus would save him.
No.
Shield. Card. And Miranda's off the table. Number 1 does have a shot on Dash. Now Dash has enough firepower. He could pull this through. So David Lasserre is not out of it. Spends a focus for 3. Lone Wolf takes 1. Shields are down, so that's half points. And David Tam is officially ahead, 73-33.
Now this is going to be tough for Dash. He's got to kill both of them. He's not in a very good spot. One can just hard 2 left. There's really no way for Dash to get out of that. He's out of focuses. Not really sure what you do here. I think you probably hard right 1, barrel roll back, play it for the next turn. So if that Wookiee hard 2's left, can't hard 2 left again the turn after because that mustache will be in his face.
Yep. I mean, when I'm playing in situations like this, the whole goal is if you have 1 ship down to 2, you want to be able to eliminate 1 shot and minimize it to 1-on-1.
Yep.
Of course, if you can dodge both arcs, great. But more realistically, you need to dodge at least 1. Self-bumping, purposeful, getting yourself blocked, is not a horrible thing either.
You could do that here. You could 3-bank.
That's going to get him on the rock.
It'd probably get him on the rock, though. But those 180-degree arcs is just nowhere to go.
So barreling back. So you played a lot of dash. What do you think the reason for the barrel roll back there is?
Well, he might have. I think he might have even been at range 1 before that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Just making sure he can get a shot. 4 dice.
That's not bad.
Lone Wolf.
Got 3.
Reinforce kicks in. Only takes 1.
Yep.
Now Wookiee's down to 3 hole.
Oh, he's range 2.
He missed. Here comes a tactician. We'll see if he remembers a stress to assign it. There it is. Predator. Just 1. He's got a reroll here. Takes a damage. First damage card here on dash. I think David Tam here probably just does a 1 forward with number 1, and you got to bring in Laurick fast to make sure you get 2 shots.
Yep.
So David is trying to make sure he goes for, you know, going through his options, trying to make that decision. Excuse me. As dash can be really slippery, so I understand him taking his time. Looking at his spacing there. Wonder if he's trying to think about a block with number 1.
I don't think you mind the block if you're dash.
That's because you're taking away a shot.
Yeah.
And you're taking away a response.
And you're going to be getting behind him, so. Like, if you one bank here with dash, you'll totally live with that. Clear the stress. Probably get a range 3 shot at Laurick. And then you'll be getting behind 1 next turn.
If David Lasserre just does a 1 forward here, he just has only 1 shot to deal with. 1 bank. So that's a block. Relieves him of the stress. So again, we talked about that, right? He wouldn't mind the block. He's taking away that range 1 shot.
This is probably best case scenario for David on this turn.
He has Lone Wolf.
The only shot you're going to take is range 3. You've cleared your stress. You're in a lot better position than you were last turn. I think Lasserre's going to be in range. Got to choose a reinforced 3PO though.
Four dice. A little bit of luck on David Lasserre's side. He's throwing over average here. Reinforce, C3PO takes one. That's a second damage card there. Predator, 2. Safe. So Lorik's down the 4-hole. 3-hole left on the Wookiee Liberator. And now Dash is in a spot where he can try to get past one of these Wookiees.
Yep.
I think if I'm David Tam, I'm trying to get a block here on Dash with Lorik in order to give the Liberator some time to come around.
I think you'll probably see Liberator 1, hard 2 right. And you'll probably see Lasserre 1 bank left. And that'll get you some nice coverage on all the shots. It's going to be hard. It's just really going to be hard for Dash at this point. This is why you want Miranda endgame instead in this situation. She doesn't give up half points.
Mm-hmm.
Now Dash has to get both of them. You only got 16 minutes to do it.
Yep. All right, so if I'm Wookiee number 1, what are a couple of options that I have here to try to get a shot? Maybe it's going hard turn to the right, maybe? Here's the thing, and David Lasserre hasn't really made his decision on his dial yet, so both players are playing, you know, these turns are going to matter big time, but it is to David Lasserre's best interest to make his decisions first. All right. Lasserre had a dial down. There you go. All right. Time to go. All right, so here's number 1. Marking Dash on the backside. Reinforcing the backside. So anticipating Dash going to the right. Those 180 arcs make it more difficult for Dash.
So much.
It's a lot of coverage.
There's nowhere to go. I think you got a hard right and then probably barrel roll back or right forward here maybe.
That gets him out of a shot and allows him to shoot number. That'd be Lorik. Go ahead and move these markers. Range 2. Here comes some tactician. Got Lone Wolf. 3 hits. Reinforce. Takes 1. Down to 3 hole. Two crits coming in. Got Lone Wolf. Doesn't get it. That's a crit on dash. That could be bad. Major explosion. And no trigger there. And that is the second damage card. Dash is down to 3. So number 1 here, as we, just looking at the tournament math, we know that the Wookiee Liberator at 31 points is, what is that? That is worth, it's worth more than half of Dash.
Yep.
So he does not have to re-engage him.
No.
With 10 minutes left on the clock at their current pace, they probably get in 2 turns, I would say. Maybe 3, depending on...
Probably 3, I'd say. Depending on how fast it goes. But, yeah.
But I know if I'm David Tam, I want to get both of my Wookiees shooting. Even if I lose one, if I can get the other one into range 1 or just have quality shots and try to take out those last 3 hole on dash.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so he's decided to regroup.
Yep.
Take a regroup. He's anticipating.
I think he's just playing for points. Just playing to. I think Tam realizes that Lasserre has to kill both his Wookiees to win. I think he's just going to keep them together and play the safe game. And
yeah. He's trying to get a Ray focus there. See if he not sure. Couldn't see his arm. All right, looks like he's got it. It is obstructed. Lone Wolf focus might get 4 here, which means he'll get 2 with C-3PO and the reinforce. Maybe less. So let's see how many cards he grabs.
Oh, 3. Oh, does
3.
that do it?
He called 1 on C-3PO.
God. Why?
He called 1 on C-3PO. I mean, it's understandable, right? He's trying to avoid taking damage. If he can limit it to 1 for another turn, that definitely changes his odds, in the game. Mathematically, is it the right choice? No, it was not.
I mean, you're dead if you miss it. You've got a 59% chance, but good Lord. This game.
Oh, wait, no, he didn't have C-3PO on that one. That wasn't Lorik. That was the chopper.
Oh.
Chopper 1. Wasn't Lorik. So,
and
sorry.
He wasn't range. So was Lorik not range 1 of him then? I thought they were. Don't remember?
I don't remember.
I will say, this game, I have not seen a game shift back and forth between who is favored. I mean, we have had It's gone back and forth like 4 times.
Yeah, absolutely. So only the Lone Wolf, only one, reinforce. Now it's swinging a little bit towards David Tam. 3 hits, only Predator, just one. You got Lone Wolf on Dash's side, safe. This is going to come down to the wire, absolute wire. Lorik's down.
This is why you play it to the end, folks.
That's right.
Anything can happen.
All right, Dash is down. Oh, no, he's not. I find myself if it's not just a legitimate like double check what I had in my mind, if I find myself like I put one down like, yeah, that's the right move, and I pick it up, usually the second time it's the wrong one. So we do have a hyperspace qualifier going on today. Competitors are in the middle of that first round now.
Let's go, David.
Which David?
One whose dial isn't down.
Yeah, and I do want to reiterate that we had a confusion. The last one, the one that got shot last one, did not have C-3PO. Lorik is the one that has C-3PO. There's a lot of that robot hanging around, so. 3 hard. Making a large threat area for Dash. Anticipating that Dash cannot get behind him with that move. And David here, David Lasserre, probably trying to, of course, make sure he has a shot and determine whether he wants range 3 or modifiers, and the right choice is modifiers. I don't like the barrel roll.
I mean, you get an extra die on defense. You
But
avoid the stress. I think he's in a better spot next turn
okay,
now.
with the stress, I did forget about that. Lone Wolf.
Wow, if you get 4 here.
So C-3PO reinforced takes 1.
Because now next turn, man, this is getting tight.
Lorik at range 3. Predator, 2. All right, works out.
This is really going to be close here whether whether Lasserre decides to bail or not.
I mean, there's only 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. If I'm David Lasserre, probably dialing in that 1 hard to the right. What do you think?
That's probably what I do as well, because 1 shot can probably do it. You've got Lone Wolf in focus. You're getting 3.6 hits on average. He has to guess 1 with 3PO to live, hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
If he runs, man, this is where judging is very difficult, people. One player obviously wants to extend the game. One obviously wants to hurry. we're not close enough to the table. I don't know if Brent said anything yet. I don't think he has.
Well, I would say David, he hasn't played fast this entire game. So
Which David?
David Tam.
Okay.
I would say he's keeping a consistent pace, or close to a consistent pace of what he's been doing the whole game. So.
Well, looks like this is going to be it. So
yep, this will be the last round, most likely, unless they can get into planning for the following.
I mean, you got to go really quick.
You got to go quick.
He's going to go for it. He's off.
He's off the rock.
And should be no obstruction.
Is that range 2 though?
No, he's gonna barrel.
So yeah, that would have been range 1 beforehand. And David Lasserre, he knows. You see, he's picking up his pace here, throwing those dice. He still has honestly about 20 seconds left. Started the clock just a couple seconds behind. Reinforce. I'd get that dial in my hand right now, David. You hold the dice in one, dial in the other. You say, I'm planning. No evades. Do they get to planning? I think
they're talking with Brent right now.
He has a dial in his hand. All right, so it looks like they.
Oh man!
Looks like they got to planning. So.
I wish I could have heard what Brent said, but what do you think he was telling him?
I don't know. I think David Tam probably thought the time was done. Just looking at his own clock, he does wear a watch, and Brent said not quite. And he got to planning, so I think that was just the discussion. I think we may have missed the tactician trigger, though.
Yep. I know, it was range 3.
It was 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So David rolled 3 dice.
We're getting confirmation from our chat that it was range 3. Because Dash rolled 3 dice on defense.
So what do you do here if you dash? All you have to do is make sure you're at range 2.
You got to get a shot.
Just get your shot with a focus, and just pray that you get some average dice.
Yeah, you're looking for range 2. You can't start thinking range 3 because
you don't care about range 3. It doesn't, range 3 doesn't matter. All you got to do is make sure you get focus and lone wolf. You got lone wolf. Got to make sure you're at range 2 and you can take a focus action. I'd be shocked if Lowrick does anything other than a 3 left bank. I can't see any world in which why he would possibly do anything else. Just close distance as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, if I'm Dash, I mean, maybe he gets a little cheeky and too hard.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
So I think if you're Dash, I think you got a 4 forward here. With hard 1.
1 hard. The barrel roll will give him a shot. But then he's only going to have lone wolf.
He's just going to have lone wolf. That probably won't be enough.
He's looking at it.
It is pretty close. He's going to barrel.
He's got to give himself a chance, just in case it's just in range 1. So here's what it comes down to. Final rolls. Lowrick has reinforced on the front, and Predator Dash shoots first at PS7. Three hits.
Baby.
Lone wolf.
This is it. Oh.
Only 3. C3PO 0. Reinforce. Takes 1 and lives.
Yep.
So congratulations to David Tam for winning the wild card game. He gets into that top 8. Blair, thank you very much for joining me. We'll be back here in a couple minutes with our top 8 game. Players are getting cleaned up here. Blair's got to get ready for battle. He's got his 7-ship Z95 swarm. And we'll get you guys a good match here in the next few minutes. My name's Dio Morales. We'll be back.
Gold Squadron, begin takeoff procedure. Gold Squadron.
We actually had the health wrong on Lowrick. That 1 damage that went through on Lowrick actually killed Lowrick, and David Lasserre wins and gets into the top 8. Sorry about that. It was definitely a close match, and it came down to 1. We had that 1 off. So we'll be back here with top 8.